You're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network. Visit bpn.fm to discover more.
Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Liz Eston.
And welcome to Musical with Cheese, a podcast where trying to get into like musical theater. And today, we're talking about America's pastime, musical theater.
I like that you really leaned into the 50s vibe by not mentioning Liz in your intro.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry.
You know, I'm a woman, and this is the 50s. I don't matter.
You're just like the wife in this movie.
Yeah,
kind of
she's
disposable.
pointless. She sings a song about how she regrets yelling at a man, and that's it.
She is a plot point and not much else, but I still like the fact she's there. Guys, we're traveling in our time machine back to the misogyny days where Jess forgets to include Liz in the intro. Of the 1950s, where Bob Fosse is allowed to be on set with other people. This week, we are talking about the musical Damn Yankees. Cue the music.
We've got heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start.
Now you're getting the idea.
We've got hope. We don't sit around and mope. Not a solitary sod do we heave, mister, 'cause we've got hope.
Boys, I'm proud of you.
Damn Yankees is a musical written by George Abbott and Douglas Wallop, with music and lyrics by Richard Adler and Jerry Ross, based on The Year the Yankees Lost the Pennant by Douglas Wallop. The show premiered on Broadway at the 46th Street Theater on May 5th, 1955, then transferred to the Adelphi Theater on May 17th, 1957, and ran for a whopping total of 1,019 performances. The plot of Damn Yankees is a frustrated fan of the hopeless Washington Senators, not the Yankees, makes a pact with the devil to help the baseball team win the league pennant. Yeah. So we're back in classic musicals. I feel like we haven't covered one of these in a very long time.
You know it's classic because there's a courtroom scene.
Yeah. And the dance number's going for a hair too long.
Oh, just a hair.
Oh, we'll leave that to Jess. Let him make that complaint.
I'll let Jess complain about the overly long dance numbers.
God forbid. So this is like the second big musical that Bob Fosse was involved with as the choreographer. In fact, in the film adaptation, he plays the other dancer in the famous Who's Got the Pain When You Do the Mambo number. And yeah, he's not much of a screen presence, especially compared to the charisma bomb that is Gwen Verdon. But what do we all think about Damn Yankees?
Damn Yankees is not anything that I expected. What the fuck? What is this? I thought it was going to be about a baseball team or something, and I guess
about a baseball
kind
team.
of is.
Yeah, I thought it was just about like a struggling baseball team like wanting to win a game or like a tournament. And I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. And then it starts and the devil shows up, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's like the opening number. I'm just like, wait, so what is this? So it's just about a guy. Oh, and then the devil shows up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, is it a pun? Is it an intentional pun?
I
Damn
think 100%
Yankees?
it is.
Okay.
Because they use
okay.
damn basically instead of every other swear word in this. Like anything that, the show loves its puns so much. So I feel like that would
Which is
not be
good.
against it.
Solid.
I find a lot of strange things with this show. Specifically, not even the way it's marketed, but the way it's presented. Always Lola forward. And Lola doesn't show up till about an hour into the show. But you know what? In the film, Gwen Verdon is top billed. In the stage production, she is top billed. And she is forefront of the stage. She's not much of a character in this story. She's fun, she's engaging, but
why, okay?
Elaborate.
There's one particular scene that happens, and that's why.
Yes.
Oh, is it the whatever Lola Wants scene?
Yes. Holy shit. Like that is why. That's the poster.
Literally.
That's literally the poster.
Yes, it is. It is. And it's a great scene, but in the context of the overall
It
thing,
has nothing. It
nothing
does
to
nothing.
do with the plot.
You could literally cut that scene out and it wouldn't even change the story all that much.
But it would change the experience, which is...
It would.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not saying they should cut it out. They absolutely should not cut it out.
No, it's a great song.
It's just there isn't like a real reason it needs to be there other than it's really entertaining. That's it.
It's really entertaining. It's really well thought out, you know? Like, I know Gwen Verdon, and that we did cover Fosse Verdon a lot, and they did talk about Damn Yankees, because that is where Gwen Verdon and Bob Fosse met each other, and thus created an entire creative partnership that led to many good things and a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a TV show about that.
Yeah, go watch
it's
that.
on FX.
You know what? Even better. There's a whole retrospective me and Andrew did a few years ago about that. There's one episode where we just talk about the 2020 election. Go listen to that.
The chaos.
I'm sure it won't be relevant anytime soon.
The 2020 election and the 2024 election are the same election.
Wouldn't that be wild? But what's the plot of Damn Yankees, Andrew?
Okay, the plot to Damn Yankees. There's this guy, Joe, who loves the, I believe it's the Washington Senators, which I
Yes.
guess is the
Yes.
baseball team for Washington. I don't actually know enough about baseball to know if that was a real team at the time or
Washington
not.
It was.
was a real team. It ended in 1960 because it relocated to Minnesota and became the Twins that we all know and tolerate today.
He's a fucking Twins fan.
Yeah, he's a fan of the Twins.
Okay, so he loves the Washington Senators, and he is very upset because they keep fucking losing. So he says, "I'm gonna sell my soul to make them a big hitter or something." It doesn't make a ton of sense, but then the devil shows up and is like, "Hell yeah!" This is where I get a little bit confused, and I don't
already?
really understand.
5 minutes in.
No, I mean, I understand what's happening. I don't
Okay.
really understand the deal that they make.
Okay.
There's a way for him to get out of selling his soul, essentially.
Yeah, because he has a wife, and he loves his wife,
Yeah.
and he wants to be with her, which is a character thing that I like until I don't.
So he can get out of it, and this is where I'm confused. He has to do it by a certain time.
September
And he's not-
24th, and the season ends the 25th.
Yeah, so he's not allowed to play in the last game.
If he were to back out, yes.
But I'm pretty sure he does, or does he not?
He tries to back out. He's not allowed to do it because of the court case that you love so much in musical theater.
Mhm.
And then when he tries to, he's like, well, aw, shucks. I guess I need to actually win the game. Then Lola drugs the devil with roofies, I guess. So the devil can't throw the game and make the Senators lose. Like
Wait, so he also gets out if he wins the game?
Yeah, so either they win the game or he backs out.
Okay.
That's the rule.
So okay.
Still doesn't
So
make
that's
sense, but those are the rules.
And if he loses the game, he owes his soul to the devil.
okay. All right. So
At
they
least that's how I
didn't do
understand it. Correct me if I'm
they
wrong,
didn't do
fans.
a great job explaining it, and I've watched 2 versions of this, and
Same.
both times I didn't really get that out of this initial scene where they make this deal.
I watched one
Um,
version and I didn't get it. So
I watched the movie, and I watched I don't know which
He watched
revival.
the
I think
Encore's revival starring Sean Hayes, Jane Krakowski, and Cheyenne Jackson.
yeah, that's the one
Um,
I watched solo. So I don't know what happens in the movie.
But the same shit, basically.
it's
in
there's
different
really
order,
not a
but-
huge difference.
Yeah, from what I could tell
Um,
online, yeah.
Andrew,
but-
which one did you prefer, out of curiosity?
Honestly, I think I liked the Encore's version better.
I like the Encores better in every way except for Gwen Verdon. Gwen Verdon, there's just something about her that makes that character come to life. And I love Jane Krakowski. I think she's a great, fine, wonderful dancer, actress. I never don't see Jane Krakowski. I always just see her as Jenna Maroney from 30 Rock and nothing else.
Okay, so I should probably we sort of did the whole plot, but we
Yeah,
skipped all the middle.
We did the what happens in the middle, aside from Lola, I guess.
Yeah, so realistically, not a ton happens in the middle. It's a lot of just like he's playing baseball.
He
and,
wins.
Yay.
And what I guess the devil is trying to like make it so he doesn't want to go back to his wife,
Yeah.
but Joe does not want to not go back to his wife. He likes his wife a lot.
Yeah.
So he gets a room with her while he is this other Joe.
Rents a room. He doesn't just
Rents a room.
start having sex with his wife. Oh fuck,
No.
we forgot the most important part. We forgot literally the most important part. So in this
Okay.
deal with the devil, he is given a young body
Oh,
and played by a
yeah.
completely different actor. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
he-
yeah.
Oh yeah, he got hot.
Like, yeah, because I think that's like one of the more interesting parts of this story, which is he starts
I
as
kind of
this.
took that for granted for a second. My bad.
I just realized how
Yeah,
important
no,
that
he
is.
doesn't just become good at baseball because of the devil. He also becomes really young.
no, he
and,
like
a
becomes
different person.
24 all of a sudden. It's like, all right, you're 24 and you're a baseball player. Go.
And 5 minutes ago, you were 60.
Yeah.
But I think depending on the performer of Joe, it is interesting to play a 60 to 70-year-old man in a 24-year-old's body. And some actors, I think, really do a good job with that, and some of them don't really do anything with that.
Okay. So we got that.
Yes.
He gets a room with his actual wife, who she obviously doesn't know who he is, and
'Cause
he's just kind of
24 years
he's
old.
just trying to stay near her, I guess, to like, yeah.
Make sure
to
she's okay.
control her via withholding information.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Not like she'd believe him. If it's me, honey. I'm 24 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would have been worse if they tried to have that scene where it's like, oh, it's really me.
yeah.
That would have been dumb.
Like, he just shows up when he's old. It's like, I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby!
In a very 50s way, she's like, oh, where were you? He's like, don't ask. And she's like, okay.
We're never going to talk about that.
I'm a woman in the 50s. I can't question
I'm
anything.
grateful you're here at all.
I don't have to remarry
Okay.
for no reason. Yay.
The devil really wants to break them up, so he brings in Lola, who is like his little succubus or something.
The exact title given to her is Sexy Baby, which Taylor Swift would later co-opt beautifully in Anti-Hero. I'm
So her
not making
title-
this up. He literally
Her
says, I've got
title
a
is
sexy
sex-
baby for you. And he
Yeah.
keeps saying it. And I'm like, I don't like that because all I can think of that Taylor Swift lyric.
But Joe is like, he is just not interested at all.
Yes.
he loves his wife, and it's kind of funny because Lola like tries to seduce him, and it just doesn't really work. I mean,
And
it almost
also-
works, but not really.
Her seduction powers, like the dance, the whatever Lola wants dance, brilliantly choreographed and crafted by Bob Fosse, is fucking weird and interesting. And the way they were going about it is, what would someone that really doesn't understand what turns humans on think would be sexy about their body? And I'm like, that is very interesting, and I love it. One of the highlights of the entire show.
But sort of because Lola fails, and it's the first time I guess she's ever failed.
Yeah.
She like really respects Joe, and now she tries to help him going forward.
But
Um,
there's that weird scene where they make out, which ruins a lot of the stuff they do throughout the rest of it.
Okay, they're trying to. It's fan service. It's just a little. It's just a
Oh,
little fan
fuck
service
you.
just thrown in there.
What is this, iCarly, that we're just gonna throw a little happiness to the credit shippers?
Don't diss Jola, okay?
Okay.
Okay. It ends when he's playing like in the last game, and okay, can we just talk for like I just want to mention something while we're doing it. So like they don't understand baseball, I don't think.
No.
What?
they don't
A
get
bunch
it.
of theater people didn't understand the sport?
There's like no tension in this ending.
No.
Like because fundamentally I don't think they get like what's going on. So somebody hits along like okay. No, okay. So they're in like the last inning. The Senators are up 1 and the other team has no points. The other team is up to bat and all they have to do is get the other team out and they win. So
This is so bored by actual sports stuff.
So the devil is like trying to cheat or whatever. So the other team hits a long ball, and the devil mid flight towards Joe in the outfield, turns Joe back into the old man. But the old man still manages to catch it. But the reason there's like not very much tension is because like they wouldn't win off of this. Like this isn't like a game-winning catch necessarily. I mean, they win the game because he caught it, but if he didn't catch it, they would not have lost.
Yeah.
So, like, they should have changed it
Like
so
the
that they
minimum
would
you
have
would have gone to
lost.
first base. And then like
I mean, he
That's
maybe could have got a double out of it.
yeah, maybe, but it depends on where it
Maybe?
ended up.
I would have loved if he just fumbles like with the ball as an old man for about 45 minutes and it never gets back home.
It's weird. I get what they were going for, but I kind of feel like they should have had him up to bat and like, oh, he's got to hit the ball to like,
But then
or else
all
they don't
eyes
win.
would have been on him. They would have said, "Hey, he's an old man now." They were thinking too much logic.
Yeah, they should have just not given a shit.
Yeah. I mean, in the stage show, he's like shows up to court and then he's in a weird universe and then like they dance and the devil's
yeah.
drugged. And then like he just decides to be an old man and the devil's like, okay.
Oh yeah, there's the weird sex universe he goes to with Lola.
Yeah, and they nearly have sex, I'm pretty sure.
I thought they did have sex. Like
It's kind of unclear.
that's the reason why.
What happens in the sex universe stays in the sex
Exactly,
universe.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like Vegas. Like it's okay. It's like doing anything on Leap Day. It doesn't matter. It's an extra day.
God.
Fucking yeah,
Fucking
that's
leap day
purge
brilliant.
day.
Perv day. You get it every 4 years. You get a perv
There's no
day.
laws.
Leap day's like the purge.
100%. I think that would make. I'm surprised the purge didn't just go with Leap Days.
All right, let's talk some more baseball.
Yeah, let's do baseball
Oh,
talking before
please.
they shit out of
Okay.
Jess.
In the fucking movie, the way they swing the bat is so fucking
Yes.
bad.
You are not wrong.
They don't know how you're supposed to swing the bat. How hard would it be to just get a consultant that has like played baseball?
Not even like professionally, just is aware of the sport.
Yeah, it's like I played Little League, and they're like, yeah, no, you're not supposed to swing the bat like that.
I played T-ball, and I can tell you're not supposed to swing the bat like that.
He's like standing up, and he just kind of like moves his arms. It's like you're supposed to like put your whole body into like you're not gonna hit a home run just swinging your arms with the like, oh my god.
Fair enough. Can we talk about the rest of the team? Because honestly, I love the Joe kind of story.
I wish they had a bigger role.
Yeah, I love every other team. It reminds me a lot of the quartet in The Music Man that just pops up and brings you a little bit of joy every now and then. Every time they're on screen doing their comedy bits.
Their song is my favorite song in the whole show.
Yeah, completely.
I don't even care if it's not like technically the best or the most famous or anything, but Heart is just it's a classic.
So
Honestly, my two favorite songs in this are both like just the ensemble baseball numbers. You've got fucking Joe from
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mode.
Hannibal Mo. That number where you have like all the dancing baseball players and Heart, both of them perfect. 10 out of 10.
They're back to back too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for about 30 minutes, there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
Yeah.
I think we should talk a little bit about the dancing, considering the Bob Fosse of it all.
Yeah, I mean, you're the dance guy who
Yeah.
hates dancing. Me personally, I thought that the dancing was pretty good.
I thought it was
And I really never felt like it was going on too long. I mean,
There were moments where I was like we could have a little less, but that's about it. Not as much as I was expecting.
usually there's like in these older musicals, there's like a number where they're just like going for like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, okay.
Yes. Hello,
But they
Dolly.
didn't
all that.
do that here, so I don't know.
This is one of those strangely more kind of plot-centric musicals from this time, especially, where we kind of need to keep the plot going at all times.
Yeah,
or
you
else
can't
you're
just stop and
Yeah.
have someone dance. Like, honestly, the only scene where they actually kind of do stop the show and have someone dance is whatever Lola wants.
I would argue Who's Got the Pain.
Yeah, that's like a comedy number. I don't know.
Yeah. Famously, in our Fosse Verdon episode, you said that was one of the worst songs you've ever heard, and you hated every second of it.
I did hate it here as well. I'm not gonna lie. That weird fucking noise they make is just.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I
don't think it's that funny.
I thought it was
know.
like a demonic thing that they never explained, but I guess it's just a weird sound.
Yeah.
Can't explain it. I like the song. I honestly, this flows pretty well. Like, it felt like there was not a lot of fat on this show. As I know it is like just under 2 hours, but if you had an intermission, it's about 2 hours, 5 minutes. I think that it really goes. And even it's rare to find a musical where even the B characters are thoroughly entertaining. In fact, I would say the main lead and his wife are probably some of the least interesting because Joe really doesn't have a personality.
Joe doesn't have an arc.
Yeah, Joe's
He doesn't.
there.
He doesn't like learn anything. Really, like he starts the show wanting his baseball team to win, but he loves his wife, and then he ends the show with "I made my baseball team win, and I love my wife."
But I almost appreciate the fact that the story isn't him learning to love his wife and appreciate him and realize how much he took her for granted. From moment one, he's like, I gotta tell my wife, and he gives this very long song about how much he loves his wife, writing a letter. He becomes young, finishes the song so we know that it's still the same guy loving his wife, and then he fucks around doing baseball. Day 2 of doing baseball, I miss my wife.
It's great.
I will say, when the devil's like, I will make you young and play baseball, he never hesitates. He's like, yeah, absolutely. And then 2 seconds later, he's like, wait a minute, my wife. Like, dude, your wife comes before the devil making you a 24-year-old so you can play baseball.
To be fair, though, his baseball team did win.
That's true. That's true.
Had you thought of that, Liz?
I hadn't, but still, there should have been some hesitation to make his non-arc a little better.
There was a little bit of hesitation. He was like, am I going to be able to change back? Like, like he did manage to make it so he was able to turn back.
He should ask, what about my wife? Like, come on.
Can you make her 24 years old again just for a night? Let's relive some of the glory days. Now that I've thoroughly grossed you out, I feel like we haven't harped on long enough what a fucking ridiculous premise for a show this is.
And this is based on a book.
And the book writer also came in and helped write this show. Like, it's like the most 50s kind of book you'd imagine existing.
It is ridiculous, but I kind of love it. And I think that if it wasn't for how just absurd this plot is, like, we'd have something a lot less good here.
Yeah.
Yes. It did adapt.
Like, most older musicals are, and it's everyone will hate me for saying this, but it's fucking true. Some of those are fucking boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you name one just out of curiosity?
Oh God, you know which ones I'm talking about.
No, I need you to elaborate, please.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. I can't fight. But
what happens? What happens in that show?
I have no idea.
She gaslights a man into marrying her.
Yeah, that's not a plot that can fill fucking.
Andrew, you were the one. You were the one defending Hello, Dolly in our episode. I was the one that's like, I don't really like this.
I think that there's a place for shows like that, but plot-wise, they can get kind of lame.
Yes.
If you're not really into the dancing and the songs, it's just kind of like, why the fuck am I here? And I think that we've moved away from that type of show because of that. And this is maybe one of the first examples of what is really more modern musicals.
Mm-hmm. Can I talk a little bit about an unmade 2009 film adaptation? And I remember this getting announced and it never got made. And at the time I was like, that sounds kind of lame. But now I'm like, that would have been kind of cool. So in 2009, it was announced that a new contemporary film adaptation of the musical that would star Jim Carrey as Applegate and Jake Gyllenhaal as Joe Hardy. At the time, that sounded fucking lame. But now I'm like, that sounds cool as hell.
I just wonder how well Jim Carrey could sing it.
Jim Carrey, I mean, The Devil only has one song, and it's like...
That's true. They could just cut that song out, too.
And it's basically talk singing. singing it because mostly they just hire comedians to play that role, like Phil Silvers and Sean Hayes and Jason Alexander. I'm sure has done it. It sounds like something he'd do.
Is it? Jason Alexander can actually sing.
Yeah, Jason Alexander can actually sing. Jerry Lewis played the role in 1997. We all heard him do it. And most recently, Whoopi Goldberg played the role of Mr. Applegate in a production with our favorite teacher, Matthew Morrison, as Joe Hardy.
Disgusting.
I think Jim Carrey would have done a great job. He would have been.
Yeah.
He would have
Hammy.
mugged a lot.
A lot of mug.
But honestly, that's kind of the role.
Yeah.
So
I would have accepted a deal from Jim Carrey Devil with like very little question.
And he does have like that traveling salesman edge that like someone like Hugh Jackman just kind of doesn't have. I would have really liked that film adaptation, especially young Jake Gyllenhaal in that role. I just imagine him singing like "Goodbye, My Love" or whatever it was. It would have been real cute, especially now that we've all heard him sing in I don't know something. Sunday in the Park with
Sunday
George.
in the Park with George. I'm pretty sure you know that.
I don't know why you didn't know that
you
right away.
you were the ultimate fan of that show.
Do you want me to be honest? I just remembered he was cast as Rapunzel's prince in Into the Woods, and that was all that was screaming out of my head, but I know he didn't eventually play that role.
Yeah, it was that blonde guy who was on Black Mirror.
Billy Magnuson,
Yeah,
put some
that guy.
respect on his name. Okay, in that production with Matthew Morrison, a big famous actress plays Lola. They are not known for musical theater, and I think they would have been miscast. I have not seen this, but it sounds horrendous. Any guesses to who it is?
I actually saw this while researching earlier, so Andrew.
It's related to the last person
No.
I brought up.
I got no guesses. Just go.
It's Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
That is,
is it his sister?
yes, that is Jake Gyllenhaal's sister, and she was Harvey in that one movie, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I don't find
She's
her a particularly
Rachel.
good.
Put some respect on her name.
Rachel Dawes,
Where is
DA.
she?
Where is she?
All right, we are gone into chaos.
Where's Rachel?
Which means we have to move on to our favorite section, previews. Letterbox game.
It's time for previews. It's time for previews.
So, if this is your first time listening to Musicals with Cheese and it's a new year, maybe you're starting something new. This is a game where I read real Letterboxd reviews to Andrew and Liz, and they're going to go head to head to guess whether they are a 1-star or 5-star based on nothing but the review alone. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready for these.
I'm ready.
All right, Liz, you're first.
Yay.
Not the devil being gay and bitter. He's so me.
I mean, the devil would be gay and bitter. Let's be perfectly honest with ourselves.
Just like Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I'm not gonna comment on that, but 5.
1 star. You're wrong, Liz. Andrew.
Yes.
I'm mesmerized by Gwen Verdon's dancing.
I mean, it's obviously a 5, but because it's obviously a 5, I'm like, no, it's a 1. But no, it's a 5. I'm going with my gut. It's a 5.
That was a 1. Liz.
Fuck.
Oh God. Not off to a good start.
Technically good.
Technically good.
That's the best kind of good.
The camera was never out of focus. 5 stars.
That is a 1 star.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Oh my god.
This is a rough round.
It's not even about the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck, is this gonna be a 5-star because now it sounds like a 1-star? And did you like get all the reverse ones this time?
Yeah,
I did not.
What's going on, man?
There's never
1 star.
That is correct.
Holy
Okay,
fuck.
thank God. At least someone got something right.
All right.
Liz.
Yes.
Gays in sports.
Yeah. Those happen. Yeah, they cross over sometimes. 5.
That is correct.
Oh, thank God.
Andrew.
Mhm.
Why was everyone so ugly?
So mean.
Damn, they're all
Wasn't Gwen
ugly.
Verdon like
Maybe
really
you should-
hot in the 50s?
Yes, but she also did kind of have like, a Kirk Cameron haircut.
Yeah, it's true.
Nah, the dude that wrote this wasn't watching the TV. They were watching a mirror.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with 5 stars. They love how ugly everyone was.
Oh, that's a 1 star.
Those
Liz.
movies with only ugly people.
Yeah, it's called Any Coen Brothers movie. Liz, what is going on with Bob Fosse's choreography?
I mean, he's just a very repressed man. He's just very horny.
Too much horny.
He's
Too
so
much
horny. 5 for the horny.
That is 1 for the horny.
Damn, it's usually the horny goes in 2 extremes.
Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
Gwen Verdon is that bitch.
Yes, she is.
5 stars.
That is correct. Liz,
Yes.
if I were Meg, I'd kick his ass.
Yes, I would also kick his ass if this happened to me. So,
It's happened to my friend Eric, I swear to God.
oh god. 5 stars.
That is a 1. Andrew,
Yeah.
3 for 5.
That's a middle review.
That's you can't.
No.
that.
I will give context. This is something that they said a lot. One guy kept saying in the locker rooms.
Oh. Like a record thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Baseball.
3 for 5.
Oh yeah.
Okay, right.
Sports.
I just didn't want y'all to misinterpret my intentions here.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I would never want to misrepresent my emotions during the
I
letterbox
feel
game.
like usually when you quote something, you like it, so we're gonna go with 5.
That is correct, Liz.
I already lost. So.
You did, but let's read this one last time for anyways. I can't get over the implication that whatever Lola wants is diegetic, and Lola is straight up singing for Tab Hunter while doing a striptease.
So they were.
I don't see why that would even be a wrong interpretation.
Yeah,
That
isn't that
seems
just
like it
correct?
probably is correct.
Well, yeah, the devil kept singing the song. Like, why would you think that would work? Whatever Lola wants, oh, I'm like, oh, so she was singing it. I get it.
5.
Yeah, that is correct. And Andrew won the letterbox game. Do you have a speech to give right here?
Yeah, to talk about you crushed me or whatever.
I wanna thank myself for being really good at this. And I'm really glad that I was able to win the pennant.
Okay, are we just going to bring up that this is just devils in the outfield?
It's not though. I mean, there's no little kid.
I mean, sure, Joe is basically the little kid.
You mean angels in the outfield?
Yeah, but the joke is the devil
Okay.
did this and not God, as that movie implies.
That's-
God is down to help cheat at baseball. It does feel like something the devil would do, but
I think Angels in the Outfield is a great fucking movie because it's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
it's so
I love-
outwardly
I-
religious too.
I love that the crux of the movie is that the dad says he'll come back when the Angels win the World Series.
The pennant. When the Angels win the pennant.
The dad needs higher stakes then.
He was just lying. Like,
He was just trying to think of something impossible.
yeah, he was just trying to be like, when something impossible happens, I'll come back.
Where I'm sitting, I'd say when the Angels win the pennant.
When pigs fly, I'll be here.
But then God steps in and is like, all right, we're making it happen.
Yeah.
We're going to do some wacky special effects. Are you ready for Christopher Lloyd to be in your Pepsi?
It's such a fucking weird movie.
You notice it's not on Disney Plus. I wonder why.
Is it really not?
It is not on Disney Plus.
Is it
I don't know
anywhere?
why.
It's not even that bad. Like, it's fine.
It's lame as fuck. But
It's
tell me-
nowhere. You can't stream it legally.
and we know it's a Disney movie. Are they hiding something? And they also made a sequel called Angels in the End Zone, where other failed character actors step in and do cheat at football.
Isn't there also an Angels in the Infield? Is that not real?
It's Angels in the End Zone. That's what it's called.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. It was a Wonderful World of Disney presentation released in 1997. Christopher Lloyd came back and literally no one else.
He was the boss angel. Yes.
There is also an Angels in the Infield,
Are you shitting
which is
me?
a television film from 2000.
Okay, so there is a trilogy of angels in the... Oh, and Patrick Warburton is the ghost this time? Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
No, he's the pitcher.
He's the pitcher. He's the pitcher.
David Allen Greer is the ghost this time. Duh.
This poster is hilarious.
Angels in the end zone.
Angels in the end zone.
Okay, do we have to do Patreon commentaries for all three of these now?
Honestly, yes.
My God. Like, 10... Perfect. Zero notes.
Zoom in, but it's bad.
Wait, why are the stakes so fucking low in this? It's a high school football team? What the fuck?
What?
How do you lower the stakes?
Our God really fucking hates this school, I guess.
So the first movie is about the actual angels, and the second technical movie is about some high school football.
There's no more puns anymore. The first one's a pun on the Angels, like the literal the baseball team.
It's the Westfield Angels high school football
There
team.
has to be a pun for God to step
you.
in and help you cheat at your game.
All right, let's do a
Please
fucking
do not
mid-show.
cut any of that. Keep that all
He's
in.
gonna cut it.
No,
I'm not gonna
Andrew.
cut it. That's actually related to it's related because it's all sports themed. Let's talk about Air Buddies next.
I love sports.
Guys, we love sports here. You guys are all sports
Make
fans,
Patreon
right?
with Cheese a sports movie podcast now.
What's up, sports
rather
fans?
than a musical bonus content podcast.
But we don't even frame it differently. It's like, welcome to Sports with Cheese. Like, we don't address the elephant in the room ever.
And I'm the one who understands sports, and you're just pretending to understand what I'm saying.
I mean, Jess, you're almost from Wisconsin, right? They were the cheese hats.
Yeah.
Okay, not to be fucking lame as hell, but the Detroit Lions are possibly getting into the Super Bowl this year. They're like in seed 3, which every other year of their life since I've been alive, they have been like last place, and then they got a new coach. Now suddenly we're winning every fucking game. Before last week, like we were like the number 1 pick. Now we're only number 3. But it's fucking incredible. And also, I am both terrified and excited for the opportunity of Detroit going to the Super Bowl, because win or lose, Detroit's not existing by the end of that night.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you in the middle of the show, but we've got a shill to you. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors over at Patreon. Andrew, tell us a little bit about Patreon.
Brent Black lives in Philadelphia, doesn't he?
He doesn't anymore.
No, he lives in New York City, like a real city.
Yeah.
He lives in a real city now.
Don't you dare say about Philadelphia. Don't disparage it anymore. I'm still here.
Okay, so
I'm sorry,
Patreon's where you
Liz.
can go if you want to give us some money and get extra content. We have other stuff up there like extra podcast episodes and commentary tracks and all sorts of stuff. You can also request us to do episodes. So we
Yes,
can
we just
cover
got a
what
brand
you
new
want.
$20 patron the other day. I need to reach out to them and ask what their request is.
There
which
you
is
go.
Exciting. So yeah, it's really that easy. Join in, get $20. Also, anyone above $10 up once a month, me, Andrew, and Liz are going to step into like a little Patreon meetup, and you can hang out with us. It'll be just like here. And you too can disparage Philly as much as you want.
Oh, we do also we never talk about it. We have a Discord for patrons as well.
We have a Discord server, yeah.
It's wonderful, and they all talk amongst themselves, and it's a good time. They're all sharing their social security numbers today, and I don't know why they were doing that.
That's true, and credit card number. It's
Credit
easily
card numbers,
accessible
we
to
all know each
steal
other's credit card
everything.
numbers. Yeah.
Driver's license and passports too. Like,
and passwords.
I don't know
to
why
all
we're
our
lying
accounts.
about this.
Yeah.
None of this.
yeah,
is
we were
actually happening.
comparing them.
Okay.
The bit's gone too long.
Yeah.
Our current patrons are Danielle Renix, Jess Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Brent Black, Nathaniel Stacey Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanals, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Jen A.C., Scoot in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Liz Lim, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Taxes, Desbian, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T., Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Chris Marcotte, Kiji, Marie Anastasio, Trevi Joseph, Layla, RJ Noriga, Julia McClennan, Bjorn Hermans, Toriana Frazier, Sammy, The Adequate Amount Jacobson, Kaylee Blazier, Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Smith, Sofiana Ali, The Omega Geek, Paige Pearson, Maddie Wargol, Lisa Erdman, Anna Loskatova, Sarah Den Blekier, Evan Ball, Zachary Torres, Rora Morasso, Mara Forloin, Lisa L., Possessed Washing Machine, Nick Roten, Puffy Boy, Sydney Hicks, Anna Beal, Billy Clifton, Andrew Wright, The Red Caboose, Kaboom, Gold Plate and Kiki Mora, Julia Balder Doder, Rex and Gino Sanchez. Thank you all for joining the team, and I do want to take a little moment to say that we lost our first patron. And what I mean by that, Andrew, the first person that was ever a patron to us had to leave, and that's a bummer because now we have to start this with a different name every week.
Oh,
sorry, Melissa, but think of how this affected us. Now we have to start with a different name.
man, what happened to Melissa Goldman?
Yeah.
I'm assuming just something happened. And it's fine. Never feel bad
Shout
about
out to you,
leaving.
Melissa Goldman. You're great.
We love you, Melissa. You support us for a good 5 years, and we are very grateful.
It's true.
Hats off to you, and play a little Viking funeral right here. All right, let's get back to the show. Let's talk about the opening number because it is one of the stranger opening numbers there is.
When we met in 1938, it was November. When I said that I would be his mate, it was December. I reasoned he would be the greatest husband that a girl had ever found. That's what I reasoned. That's what I reasoned. Then April rolled around.
Strike three, ball full, walk around, I'll tie the score. You're blind, you must be out of your mind,
6 months out of every year, I might as well be made of stone. 6 months out of every year when I'm with him, I'm alone.
6 months out of every year.
6 months.
So it's sung
At least
by
they gave
the
her
wife.
a song.
Yes. But I thought, is she going to be a major character? Nope.
No.
Nope.
It is about our lead character, about how anytime baseball is on, she no longer exists, basically. That is his full focus, and all of his energy is put towards that. So
Yep.
the lesson is to, instead of just emotionally devoting and removing yourself from your wife's life, physically devoting and removing yourself from your wife's life. To discover how much you miss your wife.
He doesn't really learn that, though.
No, he
It's kind
doesn't.
of weird. He doesn't really learn anything.
He learns that he loves his wife and to never tell her the truth.
Yeah, but when baseball season starts up again, he's just gonna continue to ignore her.
I
Although
don't
maybe
know about
baseball,
that.
he will just become triggered by baseball.
I think
he's
this
gonna
was
remember
all
his
very traumatic
experience.
for him.
He
Or
didn't seem like he
resent-
was having a good time.
No,
Yeah.
he was miserable from the moment he got there. He's like, I just want to play baseball. I don't want to be on the fucking news.
For being a baseball player.
I think that he just didn't consider that. Now that he's young and dumb and full of cum, he just really didn't know what he was signing up for.
I think that this was a good song, though. I think 6 months out of every year is a good opening.
I like it. I like the moment where the entire ensemble of wives come in and the entire ensemble of husbands are there. It just kind of I think it does a good job of setting up how much this matters and who it's affecting. But let's talk about Goodbye Old Girl, which
Yeah,
is
probably a good idea because I would rant about that. Rant about that first one for a while. You do not want to hear that.
Oh wait, I want to hear it now.
Oh, you want to
please.
hear my rant about this
Yes.
song that is just
Yes.
blatantly fucking ridiculous to me?
Yes, please rant.
Okay, here we go. I'm from the perspective of a woman who actually likes baseball a lot. I go to baseball games. I watch it with my partner. I watch it with my family. I enjoy baseball, but this is bullshit. Not all women hate baseball. Not all men want to watch it all the goddamn time. I know that's not the point of this song. But
She's talking about Joe, though. Joe
I know
loves
she's talking about
baseball.
Joe, but then the rest of the wives come in and make it about all the men. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, but women don't like sports.
Clearly, women hate sports.
This is the 50s. The only thing women like doing is getting pregnant and having babies and making me food.
Yeah, clearly. I understand this is from the perspective of people in the 50s where women didn't like sports and they did the cooking and got pregnant. I get it. But, it doesn't hold up. It's stupid. I like baseball. I shouldn't be disparaged for it. Right, this stupid song.
So wait. You feel disparaged by Meg because you like baseball?
No, I feel disparaged by the concept of someone writing this. I don't feel disparaged by Meg. I understand her frustration, like having a guy who's like always watching sports and ignoring you. I get it. Some guys are like that. I just don't have that experience personally. So
I agree. I understand it. These lyrics are so ridiculous
they're
that
stupid
I
as
can't.
fuck. I'm just ranting about the idea of it because it just annoys me.
I just think it's a stereotypical type thing where they're doing the 50s sitcom thing.
I get that. It's just irritating. Andrew, you can cut all of this out if you want.
No, keep it in.
Probably pointless.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, Andrew
I might
can
keep
cut
it in.
this.
I might cut it
Andrew,
out.
you can cut out everything I say in this podcast, and I have no idea. I don't listen to it 100% of the time.
I rarely cut out anything you say, but
Thank
In
God
fact,
for that.
he doubles it and makes it louder.
Thank God for that.
double it, make it louder, echo, foghorn.
I love it. I'm
and
honored.
vuvuzelas.
But this song, it's like outside of me being mad at it for like the contents, it's a stupid fun song. Like I don't hate it completely. I just was initially mad when it started. It was like, fuck this.
Oh, understandably. But
this is a gamer rant.
I'm going gamer. I'm so sorry.
But these lyrics, like, I'm actually reading what they're saying, because sometimes when a song happens, the words just wash over you and you're kind of just there.
Yeah.
6 months out of every year, we cook for them, it never pays. Instead of praising our goulash, they're appraising the plays of Willie Mays.
It's very dumb.
It's very dumb. It's a very dumb song.
All right, goodbye, old girl.
Yeah, let's move on.
Goodbye, old girl, my old girl. When you awaken, I'll be gone. Can't tell you where I go. It isn't fair, I know, but trust in me and carry on. Goodbye, old friend, my old friend. There's something I must let you know. I haven't said it much, I guess I've lost my touch, but my old girl, I love you so.
This song is cute.
I like it.
I appreciated it. Like, because we see Joe and he just seems like this ornery man sick of his annoying wife, quote unquote. Like, that's kind of the trope I thought they were going to follow through with. But he immediately is just like singing about how much he loves his wife and he's just doing this weird thing, but he still loves his wife.
It's really strange because, again, Joe, who is our main character, essentially has no character arc whatsoever. So it's weird that this show still works so well.
Yeah.
Like, partially, like, I honestly think the show would be worse if he was like this curmudgeon that's like, oh, my nasty wife always in the way, doesn't understand me, and then he misses her and realizes how much like, that would be like such
that's
a
exactly what you would
lame-
expect.
That's
you
you'd imagine like an Archie Bunker type as the lead
Yes.
here.
That's the story, right?
Yeah.
The character is supposed to be like, whatever. I mean, playing baseball sounds way more fun anyways. And then he's like, oh my goodness, wait a second. I really miss her, and like blah blah blah. And
But
then
this
that
guy
would be
like
the
already
story.
loves his wife. It's like, I love my
Yeah,
wife.
it's just
I'm gonna
like-
play baseball. I'll get back to her later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. It's still a bit of an odd decision, but he
Yeah.
clearly isn't doing it because he hates his wife, which is
No.
what you'd expect.
Yeah.
He
Like,
just
that's-
wants
that's
to see
like the
Senators
Fred
win a game
Flintstone
for
version.
once.
Yes. Liz, I have to say this or else someone in the comments will.
Yes.
Hey, did you know that the Archie Bunker's wife is one of the like B sisters in the background in one scene or
Oh.
two scenes?
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
it. You brought up Archie Bunker, so I'm like,
so
well, now
you
I
had
gotta
to
bring that
up
up.
the fun fact. Okay.
Yeah, I
My
had to
bad.
just spit that out so no one else could like chime in like, hey, did you know?
Did you know?
Did you see her? I'm like, yes, I saw
like
her.
those, like,
She's one of the most
101
identifiable face I've ever seen on a human.
It's like 101 things you didn't know in Fortnite videos that are like hundreds of them online, probably.
But yeah, my favorite part about Goodbye, Oh Girl is the transition from old man to young man. And where he walks off stage and suddenly he's young, but he finishes the song as a young man. That is such good shorthand to communicate. Same guy, same emotions, different actor.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Good.
But speaking of things we all love, Andrew, you spoke very highly of Heart earlier. I don't think we need to really retread that. It's fun. It's great. It's wonderful.
Love Heart.
Yep.
Let's talk about Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo.
Shoeless Joe. From Hannibal Mo. And that's my story, fellas. And I got a feeling it's only the beginning. Yeah! Who came along in a puff of smoke?
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo.
Strong as the heart of a mighty oak.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo. What year we should be having him?
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo.
Just when the future was looking grim.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo came a long, long way to be with us today. With arms of steel like Hercules, feet as fleet as Mercury. He'll fight for us, do right for us.
He'll be a beacon light for us.
He's Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mo. Go, 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 go,
Joes, if you know what they say.
I love this song.
Cute.
It's just a little weird that they pronounce the abbreviation for Montana as Mo.
Yeah, I know it's
How would
a
you say it?
rhyming thing, but like,
I mean, I'd probably say Montana.
yeah, me too.
But it's the 50s. We talk fast, and we're all news
I
reporters.
get why they did it.
Yeah.
I get why they did it, but it's a little weird. This is a good song, though. This is
Yeah.
really fucking catchy.
I've been humming it. I love it. In the Encore's production, the lady that did it was amazing. But I just weep for what we could have had because Anna Gasteyer was supposed to play that role until like a few weeks beforehand, and she would have been incredible, right?
She would have been so good.
I want her to play every mouthy, talking back, fast talking like reporter from the 50s.
Yeah. Also, while I was like watching the song, I was like, how did Shoeless Joe Jackson, the actual guy, get his name? Because it might be the same as this song. And it actually kind of is. So.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just a direct reference.
It's a direct reference to Shoeless Joe Jackson, the actual baseball player who was kicked out of the league for rigging the game via mobsters.
Oh, so it's just like our Joe Hardy who rigged the game via the devil.
Yeah, but he got paid $5,000 in 1920 to not win the World Series.
What would that translate to today's money?
$22K.
I gotta decide whether or not that's worth it for me.
I think it's about $84,000 in 2022.
You know, I'd take that. I'd do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, basically Shoeless Joe Jackson was playing a game as a kid, and his cleats, he had blisters so bad he couldn't wear his cleats, so someone yelled at him, "You shoeless son of a gun, you," and that's where he got his name.
Oh, so it wasn't because he became a young man from being an old man and his shoes didn't fit anymore?
It could have, and Wikipedia's lying to me.
Because I have it on good authority that Shoeless Joe...
And that's why he got kicked out of the league, and not because he got bribed by a mobster.
You know, they sort of reference it, don't they? At the end of when he runs off, so he doesn't get seen as an old man. They speculate in the movie, at least, that he got killed by the mob because the mob had bet a lot on the other team.
That's true.
Wow, what an upbeat reference.
If you want to learn more about that Shoeless Joe Jackson thing, it's on the baseball episode of Drunk History, if you want to not read. So.
Oh, yes.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Recline yourself, resign yourself, you're through. I always get what I aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. No use to fight, don't you know you can't win?
All right, whatever Lola wants. We just have to
Yes,
talk
whatever
about
Lola
it.
wants.
What the fuck is with the accent? Like,
Yeah,
what is going on
hell?
here?
Um,
It's the only thing that you have to like. I feel like we have to say why the accent.
because I guess she wanted to play a character. Maybe she like is working on some improv character work down at UCB. I don't know.
Well, she was playing a South American dancer named Senorita Lolita Banana,
I just want my last name to be Banana.
which is the actual
I
name
just-
of a drag queen. Like, not even
Oh,
joking.
really?
So,
Post or at like before this or
way after this, I have no idea. She's
Okay.
from France, so like, I don't know. She's on Drag Race France. The reason I know
I
she
just
exists.
can't believe it didn't work. Like that Joe wasn't seduced by Senorita Lolita Banana.
I mean, I
Yeah,
would
When
have.
it's such a sexy name.
I mean, also the sexy movements where I'm not even quite sure what it is, but it feels inhuman in all the right ways. It stands alone with just the context of like something not human trying to seduce something human, but not understanding how the human body works. I love that idea so much, and it comes through in every facet of the dancing. Gwen Verdon's having a blast, as well as Jane Krakowski in her rendition of Fosse's original choreography to the step is incredible. Both performances. If you see anyone perform this song and do the original Fosse choreography, it is a fucking treat to watch beginning to end.
Yeah.
Do they still do that choreography?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no one.
still-
There's no way to not do it. It's like the most perfect version of it. Like
I mean, just because a version's perfect doesn't mean somebody won't come along and try to change it.
Yeah.
I'm sure like
When we
dual
wrote
production.
Shakespeare once, so like, it happened.
Yeah, it was called West Side Story.
No, it was called Romeo and Juliet. It was written by Julian Fellows. He just rewrote it completely.
Oh.
It was very weird. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
Weird
Speaking
take.
of weird for weird's sake, let's talk about Who's Got the Pain.
Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? Who's got the pain when they go, Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Who needs a pill when they do the mambo? Who needs a pill when they go, Who needs a pill when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Someone must be sick with the heat or stepping on everyone's feet. But if everyone's feeling okay,
Why don't they just say ole when the music carries them away?
Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? Who's got the pain when they go, Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you?
Erp.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Why is this song even here?
I think because in the stage version, it was at the end of Act 1, but for the revival, they now put it at the start of Act 2.
Thank God, honestly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this being the Act 1 closer of any show?
Well, it wasn't exactly the Act 1 closer, so it would come right before the kind of reveal that he is Shifty McGee or whatever his name was.
I mean, I
Okay.
think that's it, honestly. So,
Yeah, so that it kind of ends on a book scene, but this is just kind of the last song that happens. But I also think the game is a much better opening to Act 2 than Who's Got the Pain. Like the game feels like the most perfect Act 2 opener song.
I just don't understand why Who's Got the Pain is even in here.
yeah. Like, what's the point?
Because Gwen Verdon's name's over the title, and we need to give her more things to do.
I'm sure there's tons of people that love this song, but I do not understand it.
I don't
I
get
don't
it.
like it. I find it pretty annoying.
Erp.
I don't get it. Also, his name is Shifty McCoy, so you were actually close.
I was very close.
You're very close.
But
I
Andrew,
aesthetic
in the
correct
thank you so much. Andrew, in the movie, did you notice who the dancer was in Who's Got the Pain?
You said it earlier.
I mean, you've already
You already
spoiled
told
this
us at
for
the top of the
everyone.
podcast.
It's
But
Bob
did you-
Fosse.
Did you notice it when you first watched, though?
I did. Mostly because I knew, like, I remembered from the show as well.
He also has like the most identifiable hairline, but they added that moment where
Hairline. God damn it.
Where he's like, they're letting me dance. They're finally letting me dance on camera. And I'm just like, that wasn't scripted. That's just how you feel right now. And he's not a presence. Like, he really is kind of like a charisma hole that everything falls into. Yeah, he can kind of dance well, but I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. Let's talk about Those Were the Good Old Days, Applegate's one song in the entire show.
I see Bonaparte, a mean one, if ever I've seen one, and Nero fiddling through that lovely blaze. Antoinette, dainty queen, with her quaint guillotine. Those were the good old days. I see Indians dragging an empty covered wagon when scalping the settlers was the latest craze. And that glorious morn, Jack the Ripper was born. Those were the good old days. I'd sit in my rocking chair, so peacefully rocking there, counting my blessings by the score. The rack was in fashion, the plagues were my passion. Each day held a new joy in store. Was anybody happy? Oh, jeez.
I think it's fine. It's
a little racist.
I don't remember. You're gonna have to refresh my memory on that.
Well, the movie very clearly shows like very racist depictions of like quote unquote savages eating the missionary.
Shit. Yeah.
That's
yep.
it.
And
Okay, that
Indians
stuff's
being
not in the revival
scalped and
version.
stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
That's not at Encores, right?
Yeah, but like, at Encores the lyrics are there, but not the visuals. Like, look at what I'm showing you right here.
Those are the good old days.
Those are the good old days, guys. Yeah.
Describe what we're looking at, please.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to go back, but it was basically imagine what a white supremacist would think when you said the word Native American.
Native American.
Yeah.
And that is
And,
what.
oh wait, hold on. Look at that.
Okay,
the missionary being eaten alive.
Yeah, the cannibal tribe. Is here. So it's like yeah.
Cannibal
it's like Clint
Holocaust.
Eastwood, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrote this song.
Not the best, but the song's catchy enough. I just, don't love those parts. Couldn't do that today.
Shouldn't do that.
No one
today.
should do that any day.
You know what? Fair enough.
Shouldn't have done it then.
Shouldn't have done it then.
They knew it was
shouldn't
wrong.
Do it now. Should never have done it.
The question is, if that 2009 movie got made, do you think they'd still do it?
Hell no. Maybe.
Oh, Jim
Actually, I
Carrey would have
don't
leaned
know.
in. He would have done impressions. You know what I've been realizing? A ton of like 90s comedy was just comedians rapidly doing like rapid fire racist impressions.
Robin Williams, especially.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Robin Williams fans. I know he's like the most wholesome person ever, but like those impressions, like most of them were just racial stereotypes, and he was just like rapid firing them.
Okay, wild thing, unrelated, but you have the context for this, Andrew. I watched a documentary on the Star Wars Holiday Special today, and apparently, they were trying. There's like a fight between like the old guard and the new guard of who wants the old people, like Harvey Korman and all these other fucking acts, and they're like, can we try to get someone new that the kids might actually like to watch? And one of the writers went out to just random comedy clubs to see if he could find someone. He found Robin Williams 2 weeks before he started Mork and Mindy, and he was very interested to join the Star Wars universe, and they're like, no one knows who he is.
Oh no.
The Star Wars Holiday Special could have been even weirder and even more sought after.
And maybe a little racist.
I like to imagine Rob Williams would have played like the horny person that was seducing Chewbacca's.
He would have played the Juliet Child fucking 5-armed monster thing.
Oh yeah.
He would have rapid fired like an Indian accent into a gay voice like immediately.
And then
This
the
is so,
joke
like-
has no punchline. That's Robin Williams. He never had punchlines.
In my head canon, he's
Damn.
still the seduction lady on the
I
computer.
feel like this is maybe the most controversial thing we've ever done, and we're just out here saying it. Everyone loves Robin Williams. Nobody ever talks about this.
No.
What are we gonna do? Cancel his grave? What he wants to do?
Nothing. You don't have to do anything. I just want to
Yeah,
talk
a lot
about
of people think that critiques mean there must be action.
it. You don't have to do anything.
No,
I don't
it's
care.
pointing something out.
Just like it is for damn Yankees, just pointing it out. Can't fix it. Weird thing that it happened, but that's fine. You know what else is fine? Our cheese ratings. What is our overall thoughts and our cheese ratings? Andrew, start us off.
Oh man. I actually really liked it. And honestly, this is like I didn't expect to like it. This is one of those ones where I was like, this is probably going to be really boring and slow. And it kind of wasn't. It still didn't make a ton of sense to me, and it felt like the rules were kind of just like slapped together in like 5 seconds, and they were making it up as they went. But there's something about watching a bunch of theater kids try to pretend to play sports, you know? It's really great. So I recommend it. Damn Yankees, pretty good. I'm gonna give it a cheese covered ballpark hot dog.
I love it. Liz, what is your overall thought?
I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would, despite my very long, overly long rantings about the first song. I eventually got past it. I was like, oh, this is actually cute. I actually kind of enjoy this. It's fun. It doesn't feel too long. The songs are fun. And honestly, watching theater kids try to figure out what baseball is adds another level of comedy. Like, how do you score points in baseball? It's like, okay, theater kids, just figure it out. You got this. Just, you swing the bat. Good job, guys. It's very funny, like that little meta part of it. So I enjoyed it. I'm going to give this a fried chicken sandwich with a slice of cheese on it that I like to get when I go to baseball games sometimes.
Hell yeah. One thing I do want to say about the movie, a thing that I really appreciated that you would not see in any other production, the baseball players look like baseball players. They look like ruggedy old fucking white men that are
Yeah.
kind of, as that review
They,
said,
like,
some of the ugliest
specifically-
people ever.
They like specifically got someone who looks like Babe Ruth as well, like
Yes.
to be one of the baseball players, which I like.
That is a nice touch that I know if we got this today, it would be like 8 twinks.
Oh yeah, they'd be twinks.
All fucking Andrew Rannells clones
Well, they
playing
have
the
to be able
baseball
to
players.
sing, and the only
Yeah,
people who
they
can
have to be able
sing
to
are
sing and
beautiful people.
dance.
Only beautiful people can sing. Like, look at pop music. That's how it works.
I like this fine. I feel like I'm not as enthusiastic about it as you guys. But I did enjoy it quite a bit. When Lola comes in, the show does kind of get up to another notch. There is just a lot of like boring dialogue scenes between Joe and the devil though. And just lying scenes where it's just like Joe's like befuddled about having to like keep up with all his stories and all that, which, you know, gets a little repetitive at a certain point, but I wasn't totally out of it. So I'm giving this a big ol' cup of beer cheese, freshly made for a pretzel to dive into. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher at Musicals with Cheese.
Stitcher doesn't
On
exist.
Twitter. Oh fuck, Stitcher doesn't exist.
You'll
Well,
never get this.
You'll
It's
never.
will.
You'll just have to mentally.
People will continue to try to follow us on Stitcher for the rest of time.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 other podcast hosts that we're on. We're on Google Podcast, and I know that's gonna die in a few months. And about like YouTube has podcasts. Literally, if you want to listen to our episodes like on YouTube, they're all there on the BPN fucking YouTube page. You get like 3 views, which is great. Please follow our Patreon. We've got a lot of cool stuff there. We're on Instagram, Musicals with Cheese, YouTube page, Musicals with Cheese, Patreon only podcast, Patreon with Cheese. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. We love you, Juliet. This show is edited and hopefully very heftily this week by Andrew DeWolf.
Yay.
Our theme Yes, our Previews theme was created by Robyn, Nash, Value Music UK. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform. Liz, is there anything you want to say but cut me out of because I accidentally cut you out of the beginning of this?
It's fine. I don't have anything else to say that I can think of.
All right, how about you, Andrew?
Do I have anything to add?
Yeah.
No.
Baseball?
Baseball. You know, this is the musical Evan Hansen's dad thought he was in.
Sports are okay.
Yeah, go Red Sox.
Okay. You know how Evan Hansen's dad does.
Devin Hansen is the handsome
Devin
brother
Handsome
who plays
is
sports.
like the asylum version of Evan Hansen. My name is Devin Handsome.
Queer Devin Handsome. No, Evan Hansen's dad doesn't exist. What they didn't know is he turned himself young to play all the baseball games. That's
where he ended up.
That's where he went.
That's why he was replying to the text messages in the movie.
There's not another truck in the driveway to turn your dad into a 24-year-old and go play baseball. No, I swear, Evan, that's what happened.
Yeah, I swear.
All right. We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. You gotta have heart.
That was awful.